Hello everyone, this is Alireza. I know, I said we will work on our node editor, but I have some crazy stuff for you. First of all, our value class, I changed it to inline value, okay? Then I made another class called values, and it only is serializable and inherits a public list of inline value. And I have a class called test that I use these values as a serialized field inside it. Let's take a look at that. Values inside inspector. Okay, I have a list. Each list has, for example, this list has 4 elements. Let's open one element. Oh, ooh, mumbo jumbo. Because first of all, guess what? I just want a name. Then I want a type, and based on that type, only one part of this guy should be shown. How can I achieve it? Well, here's the thing. Inside here, I made an editor folder. Let's create a dummy script there just to make it load inside here as another solution. Now, I will generate a class and I will call it values list drawer. Okay, and goddammit you with your name spacing. Thank you. Now, values list drawer is a property drawer from Unity editor, and we say it's a custom property drawer type of values. Okay, will anything happen right now? Let's try. So yeah, something happened. No GUI implementation, no GUI blah blah blah. So we lost our list view. Now, reload all. Here, I will say a private reorderable list. You see that it's inside Unity editor internal. Okay, we call it list. Then we want a method called private that returns reorderable list, and we call it get list. Here I will send in a serialized property and we call it property. And beside this I will have 2 overloads, so public overload override, sorry, one for get property height and another public override for our on GUI. And now if I basically return null here, just so that I don't get any error, if I come back to Unity, because I have the base, well, look, no GUI implementation. So although I'm calling the base, so first of all, let's, I don't know, get the height, why not? So return the get list. Remember, it returns a reorderable list. For that, we want the property that the method gives us dot find property relative, and remember, inside values we name them list. So here we want our list. And finally, it has a get height method, and we return it. Now, for the on GUI, we say var list property equals to property dot find property relative of list. Okay. Then we say var list equals to get list of the list property. Okay. Then we say var height equals to 0 f, so it's a float. Then we say for loop I inside our list property dot array size. Here we say height equals to mathf dot max of height, comma, editor GUI dot get property height of list property dot get array element at index I. Okay, I found that this puts elements very close to each other, so by try and error I added 1.5f and I was happy with the height of the elements. Okay, then we say list dot element height equals to our height, and finally we want the list dot do list on the position. Okay, now all the magic happens here. Here we will define our property, our reorderable list, draw it, basically not draw it because we are drawing it here, but we will tell this reorderable list how to draw. Okay, so first of all we say if list equals to null, do some stuff, and at the end we want to return the list because we already have the list on top. Okay, so here we say list equals to new reorderable list, the property dot serialized object as the object, the property itself, then true for draggable, true for showing the header, true for seeing the add button, and true for seeing the remove button. Then we say list. Well, let's see. If I leave it empty just as it is, I get this. So remember we had 4 elements. Now we see those 4 elements and we can reorganize them. We can select one and remove one, and we can add another one. Okay, cool. But I want to show something as the header, because if you look, it says serialized property. Okay, so reorderable list has some callbacks. Okay, one of them is this list dot draw header callback equals to a rect, we call it rect, and this is lambda. Okay, so we sent into a lambda, and here we say editor GUI dot label field, and here we want the rect that the element sends in and what values. Okay, so let's take a look. Here it should change to values. Cool. Can I do something else? I don't know, like let's think. Can a property drawer accept a parameter and like a string and header like that? No. Okay. Comma string header. No. Oh, okay, I found it. I'm dumb. So public read only, and we call it header, and this is a string. Okay, so string header. Then we want a constructor for this guy that accepts the header. Bam. Okay, and here I should be able to use that header. Now in test, however, how can we add this attribute? We call values list drawer of type I don't know, values, for example, and we don't see it. Yeah, because that is inside editor. Okay, what if I move it outside the editor? So come out, and from here go into common. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Come back, reload all, and the values, the inline, the list drawer is inside TNP common, and inside values or test. Yeah, there we go. Now it says what? Value list drawer is not an attribute drawer. Okay. Control X inside here. Is not an attribute. Oh, we need an attribute for that. Okay, so say a class called values list attribute. Okay, now this guy is a property attribute. This has a public read-only string, and it has a header, and this guy has the constructor for the header. Okay, now inside our drawer we are going to draw it for values list attribute. Okay, and the oh god, wait, now I will lose everything. Clear. Is not an attribute class, huh? What did I miss? Reload all. Okay, and value list attributes, property attributes. What did I miss? Values list attribute is not an attribute. It's yelling at me for that, first of all. Values.cs. Ah, there we go. Value list, and here is not here. Here is value list with that header. What's your problem now? Takes one argument. Dumb. Okay. Now you happy? Okay, but now I lost my drawing basically, and what's that? Clear. Value list drawer. Yeah, because it's values list. Okay. And I hope I didn't lost my inspector. Oh, there we go. Default constructor. Okay, so basically in our drawer we don't need this, or do we? No. And here we say private values list. We call it attribute equal, and we get return. Now this is not happy. Okay, we should rename it att return typecast to attribute values list of attribute. Okay, that. Okay, and do we have att dot header? There we go. Okay. Blasphemy. What's your problem now? Basically, null reference object reference not blah blah blah. Line 22. So we say well, I was trying to find a way basically, but looks like it's impossible. So property drawer of values, thank you. We don't need the attributes. Yes, remove it. And don't have that part. and the header would be what? Well, inside here, no. I will add a public string, and this is called header. Okay, so here now we can say property dot find relative of header dot to string, like that. Okay, and for testing purpose I will say equals to blah. Then in here, yeah, I know, don't yell. I need to move my property drawer back to the editor, clear it, inspector, and null reference. Line 19. Reload all. This guy, line 19. Okay. Private string header, and here I will use the header, and here I need to say header equals to property dot find related property of header dot to string. Oh no, to string. Hopefully this will work now. And blah. Serial Unity editor serialized property. Of course, I'm dumb. Dot string value. That's property. So now I should see blah. There we go. Okay. So the reason I wanted to do that, because here, after I'm generating it, for example, I can say header equals to metadata. Okay. So if I come back, because I'm overwriting it, I should, oh, come on. I should see metadata. I'm not seeing metadata. Well, of course I won't see metadata because I don't have any constructor for that. Well, let's add a constructor with the header. Thank you. And instead of that, I will send metadata here. Bam. And it's not updating. Ah, I know why. I'm dumb. I don't need this. This was correct. Control X with the param of header equals to that. So the reason I wasn't seeing it because, yeah, what's now? Save. Okay. So the reason was that I had added it before, but now I see metadata. Okay. So if I, for example, inside test and add another one of these for our values, and we call it I call this one metadata. Okay, and let's go back, and it's showing metadata. Okay, because I have to reassign it. So remove component and component test. And as you see, the first one is becoming metadata, the second one will become values. Okay, so now let's add few elements to this guy and few elements to this guy. Okay, we want to draw finally our list. So how we draw the list? Again, we have another one of these draw callbacks. So list dot draw element callback. Now this guy is equals to rect, and I call it rect int index, and bool is active, and bool is focused. Okay, and here again I will use lambda. Boom, boom. So very first thing I want to get the element. So var element equals to inside the list dot serialized property dot get array element at index, the index we sent in. Then we say float, and I will say it to be height equals to editor GUI utility dot single line height, and I want the type of the data we have, so it equals to element dot find property relative, and the relative was data type, and it returns an int value because it's an enum basically. And after that we start drawing stuff. So first thing I want, I will say editor GUI dot property field and new rect as rect dot x rect dot y. Okay, and I don't know, maybe 50, nothing more than that, and the height. Now what I want is to get the element dot find relative property relative, and the thing I want is the name. Okay, and let's see what will happen. Did I save it? No. Null reference. So did I name it wrong? Inline value we have, it's lower n. Okay, sorry, lower n. So as you see, I get name, but I don't want to see text, so I will add GUI content none. So I just see the name. Okay, I can name whatever I want on this inline value. Okay, and this is my inspector's smallest. Okay, after that we want to say editor GUI dot property field, basically again Now this will happen time and time again. Now the rect x plus 51, so that I add one more. The size 110, and what I want is my data type. Okay, there, and move it forward. Thank you. So we are drawing our enum now. There we go. I made it 110 so that I can see that animation curve properly. But now I see that I will have small space here for all the drawings. You will see it. So now we say a float, and I will call it box equals to our rect dot width minus 120 divided by 4 minus 13.1 f. Just some values that I came with try and error. Then we switch on the type. So case 0, that will be our bool. We basically are drawing these guys time and time again now. And we break. Now the element we want is bool value. The rect, however, well, I was adding 110, so 161. Let's see. In these guys that are booleans, now we are drawing the bool, okay? And I want some pixel offsets, although I'm very limited on the space, but you see, okay? So if I, for example, change this guy to be the boolean, then int, then float, then string, then this guy to be rect, vector 2, vector 3, vector 4, this guy be quaternion, color, and finally animation curve. Okay, so the simple ones are top. Now case 1 is our int, so it's just int value. Case 2 is our float, so we have the float value. And now the rect size here will be changed basically. So here we have the rect dot width minus, so we came 160, we came, yeah, 163. Okay. That. Coming back, we get our int value. So for example, if I point this 3.2, I can't even touch the dot key, but here I can say 3.2. Okay, and remember, these guys are serializable, so they can keep buying. But if I change it now, for example 5.2, this is not the serialization. You will lose that value. Basically, the value changes on the playtime is not persistent, but these are serialized. So next we have our string. Yeah. So case 3 is our string, and we want the string value. Okay, so we have our string basically. After that, we go for the hard ones. So case 4 is rect, and basically now we want to separate the elements of rect, because if I draw the rect value right now, you will see what happens. So coming here, take a look. Not only we are going in 2 lines, all the elements got out, and well, it's not pretty, you know. If I go back to int, well, it remains at that height. So blasphemy. Okay, and even if I go out like this, it won't work. So even if I remove elements, you see that the height, well, actually, if I'm adding elements, remove the rect, vector 2, vector 3, vector 4, quaternion, color, and animation curve. And yeah, this will be rect. Okay, so I will call it rect. I want all of them being drawn in single line, basically. I don't want them to be in 2 lines. So we should draw that like this. Before that, I will have editor GUI.label field, and the rect is this. The width is 13, and what we want to show, the x compartment. So rect value .x, we can do that, but here I need to add to it, so I will add 14 to this guy, will be 77. So, and the width now basically is the box that we calculated on top. So let's take a look. If I convert this guy to rect now, I get x, okay? And if I expand it, you see that it expands with 1/4 of the remaining partition, basically. Maybe not. I think I need to remove that 50 from here. The 50 from here. So this is 163 basically. This the position we started. What was that? 110 or no? So 173 basically. So now the box is small, but if I expand, I see it. Okay. The reason it's small because I'm drawing 4 elements. I have 2 options: smalling the size of here, smalling this guy to half almost. Yeah, that's a better choice. So let's see, make it 70. $75. That's the thing I want. And don't worry about these strings. As soon as you click in the inspector, it works, because on GUI I need to call repaint, I think. I can't do that. Okay. 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 So now everything moves back. It was 110 and it's now 51. So 110 minus 51, we moved back 59 points. That would be 104. And remember, it was 17 above it, so 121. And this guy was 10 above that 104, so 114. And yeah, I messed up. I messed up something. Plus 59. Yeah, these guys are okay. Maybe? No, actually 101. This is one. No, that's okay. 104. Ah, this guy is wrong. And these guys 104. 04, 04, 104. Okay, that part is correct. This guy, however, why did it mess up everything? Come on, redraw. Redraw. Why are you putting the X here? Ah, 75, not 50, god damn it. So 75 plus 50, 121, 125. 163 minus 125, 38, make it 41. So 125, make it 128 maybe. And it was 17 above it, if I was right. No, 14. So it's 30, 42. 28, 28. Okay, and this guy is 38. Let's see if I fixed it. There we go. Okay, so even on the smallest, I should be able to click. Still not liking the size, but there is nothing I can do, honestly. A tiny bit expansion won't hurt every now and then. If I make it 40, I'm basically trying to see this size. Well, I don't like it. Keep it at 50. Okay, enough fiddling with this guy. So we want these to be, again, this one is Y, but the Y component starts at 2 pixels after this guy, so it's 4D4 plus box. Okay, After that, we have 14 above that equals 58 plus boxes, and this is the y compartment, whatever component. So this is direct, so we have W, and for the W we have 14 here. This guy is 59 and 75, and finally we have the height. The height is 77 and how many? 14? Yeah. So 891. And now basically this is the first box, this is the second box, so plus 2 multiplied by box. This is the third box, so 3. Let's see if it works, and if we don't jump out. No, perfect. I was worried that when I am this close, I will lose everything, but no. Okay, cool. So vector 2 is easy again. We just want one of these, actually this guy, and this is 5, and that is a vector 2, so we want vector 2 value. And it should draw properly now, x and y, perfect. Vector 3 is the same. Six, and this is vector 3, and we want the vector 3 value. And that's that. Now vector 4 is just like direct, so I will copy this whole thing, paste, and this is 7, this is vector 4, so x, and we have vector 4 here, 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 and here. But I noticed something. These guys should be width and height. This is Z and W. So here it is Z and W, and I will copy this guy, Control V, case 8 is our quaternion, so we want our quaternion values. There we go. And if I go back to make sure we have no errors, we have vector 4 and our quaternion. Now we will have our color and animation curve. Those two are simple. This is 1, this is 2. So this is case 9. That is our color. And this is case 10. That is our animation curve. And we have animation curve. And we have our color, we have our animation curve. And if I, for example, go for this guy, add a key here, drag it down, you will see that it's completely representing the curve like that. Okay? So, for example, I can add an animation curve like that. And it works. The only thing that I need maybe is this, how many digits? 100, 888, yeah, 3 digits are almost good. I'm not sure. Meh. So, that's that. So, of course, I can make it like this. If I want to, now I'm thinking, how can I shoot the other things below and keep the name and this guy in first line and then the whole thing in the second line? Although for these guys that would look like a stupid thing. Well, I think this is a good size. I'm thinking about my node editor, the minimum property size. Yeah, this should be good. Cool. Okay, I found something else before I go into node editors. And that was a property editor for this guy. Long time ago, Unity showed something like this for an angle. This is a knob. You can rotate it basically. And well, a guy, very friendly, went in and draw a custom editor for this, I think, because I like the idea. I had time. So it's a float angle. Yeah, basically this is a custom editor, okay? With the snap and everything. And there are other guys that add on top of it, and he himself even fixed part of it. I don't see how to implement it easily, because I will work on it. Don't make a mistake. Next episode is this guy. I want a property drawer that draws this guy. Okay? But one thing, if I add another one, oh, there we go, it's behaving now. But what is that? at the back end. Oh, it's because it's selected. Yeah, okay. So if I add one more, oh, now it's behaving. Okay, cool. Because when I was adding stuff, it wasn't behaving like this, if you recall. It was like, you know, we had part of it drawing on the add component, but now it's fixed. Cool. Okay, next episode, I will try to implement that property drawer for that fancy knob. Let's see if I can manage it, because these guys are just, you know, floats, and we want not a property drawer this time. We want an attribute, property attribute. And it should be possible. Okay. I'm thinking. GUI utility, hot control. Editor GUI stuff inside. Well, it can be a property drawer. I will try. I will see what will happen here. So until next episode, have fun everyone. Bye bye.